Like, what were going on in your head at that point? I mean, was it like spiraling sadness? Were you like, hey, I'm still positive and funny and I'm just doing it from the couch?
No, it was like, it was the worst. It was up and down because I fought and I fought and I fought and I stayed positive and I stayed happy. And I'm like, this isn't going to take me down. I'm okay. I got this. But at first, like the physical pain was so bad that you're fighting that. You're not just fighting like how I feel today, like emotionally. You're fighting physical pain, which is insane, especially when it's nerve pain because it doesn't stop. My left leg would just like shake constantly, and this hand, and then I would twitch. And I had a time where I would like shake like I had Parkinson's. I would wake up shaking, and after a while, it drives you nuts. And it was driving me crazy. And I noticed that I was getting negative, and I would see things online and I'd be like, fuck Katy Perry. Like, she's all happy California girls, fuck you, your dress is stupid. Yeah. And I noticed I was one of those people on Twitter for a bit, which is why I understand them now. Yeah. And yeah, I remember like getting to about year 4 or 5 and just being like, I can't do this. And I have videos. I actually took videos of myself during that time because I couldn't write my symptoms down daily for the doctors. And I just had a moment where I was just like, this isn't working. Like, this system is fucked up. Yeah. They don't get people better. They just keep giving me drugs. The drugs don't work. They make me high. And I saw a dragon in H&M one time, like full size, like 2 stories up dragon. And I asked my boyfriend at the time, I was like, do you see this? And he's like, no, there's no dragon. And voices were telling me to kill myself in my head after I took this one pill. And I knew enough to know that it was the pill and not me, which is why I'm very against a lot of the pharmaceuticals now too.
100%.
Oh, if I could fight them in my whole life, I'm in.
But they have our best interests at heart.
Of course they do, which is profit for themselves. Exactly. Yeah, it's like this is
my best interest is them, yes.
Yeah, of course. And then I got to the point, like just mindset-wise though, I got to the point where I was ready to commit suicide because I didn't think there was anything else for me. And I just needed the pain to stop. Like just make the pain stop. I'm a disappointment to my family, everyone who's ever cheered for me, everyone who's supported me, my mentors, my coaches, everybody. I can't do what I was set to do. So if I'm not a dancer, if I'm not modeling, if I'm not a comedian, if I'm not these things, who am I? Yeah. And I got to the point where I was ready to kill myself. I figured out how I was going to do it. And then I had what I call like that night, and I heard the voice of God in my head, and he sounded like, it's not time to give up. It's time to get up. I always think it was like Denzel Washington and like Remember the Titans. Yeah. I swear, like this is what I heard in my head. And it was like, if you're not all these things, what are you, Nicole? You're still a fucking cheerleader. That isn't the physical thing. That is who you are. And it's like, if this doesn't work, use your head. Don't do those things anymore. If those doctors aren't doing their job, which is get you better, fire them. Yeah. You're the CEO of your own health. And I had to get like gangster about it and to like say fuck you to a lot of like the mainstream stuff, to a lot of I didn't say F you to the doctor's faces. I fired them though. I treated it like I'm the CEO of my own health. You're fired. You're not doing your job. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to get me better. And it's wild because I was saying earlier that Maui kind of means a lot to me because I watched so many videos of Wayne Dyer and he was in Maui and talking about how he healed himself. Yeah. And the first book that I found was Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. I had never read any self-help, any of that kind of stuff ever. I scraped under my couch to find change, went to the bookstore. I was like, I need something. I don't know what I need. And I bought 3 books that day and a candle. And one of the books was Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. And from Louise Hay, I learned about Wayne Dyer because she talks about him. And then I started going in that path. And it was that motivational, inspirational, positivity, shifting energy, even going back to like being a Christian. Yeah. Like I grew up Catholic, but I didn't really vibe with that because it felt very like, yeah. And now I'm Christian and we pray over our food almost every meal. And I like church and I listen to it daily on purpose. And I took other money, like when I got tiny bits of it from being on disability, I went to see Joel Osteen by myself. I went to see Joyce Meyer by myself.
Yeah.
Like, that is how I shifted my own mindset. But I'd be full of shit if I didn't say it got really dark and I got really angry for a while. Because I was like, why me? Like, same thing everybody asks, like, why? Why does it happen to me?
If you could talk to those people who are maybe in a similar spot or maybe in the exact spot, right?
Yep.
People are just they're at the bottom and they're feeling that
Yep.
that pull toward the abyss, we'll call it. What would you say to them?
There's another way, and I can teach you.
Is
Yeah.
this where I know you teach something about pain? Is that
The pain-free course.
I have a messed up terrible back. It's
Okay.
all the time hurting. So then I heard you had this. I was like, I got to learn. So I would love to know a little bit, and I know I will obviously pay for your course or is it a course? Is it a class book? I don't know.
We call it a course. Like, like I don't want it to blend in with all these like, hey, get fit challenge or do these whatever. It's like, okay, cool. But like, no, like after 15 years of living it, being in it, rebelling against the system that clearly doesn't work for anybody, and then working with the top people in every freaking category, I have the system and it gets people better. And we just took the price way freaking down after some negotiation with people I work with. I was like, no, like people on disability have to be able to afford this. I don't give a fuck. I can get you better. I can get you much better than you are now. I guarantee it. And then after the first round of Pain Free by 23 we started at the end of last year, my testimonials from people are bananas. And these are every walk of life, every kind of person. And I just kind of feel like, told you. Like, I knew it. I freaking knew it. And it works. And I want to get this to every insurance company. I want to get it to the VA. I want to get it translated into other languages around the world. There's tiny little things. And sometimes it's down to a spiritual thing. Like, there was one girl, I was not going to mention names because we signed our forms and stuff. But
her name's Jennifer.
Fuck you, bro. Okay, well.
Oh, now I said it.
Sorry, Jennifer. There was a girl that kept having like phantom pain in her back, and she was telling me about these different things. She did all these treatments, and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" And she's like, "What?" She's like, "I wasn't in an accident or anything." I'm like, "No, something happened. If you're tense up here and through there, that's literally physical muscle tense." I knew that she was raped. I knew it.
Wow.
I knew that she had been attacked. And I just knew. I'm just like, from all of the reading I've done, all the research I've done, everything, I was like, she's holding on to the physical energy of something that happened to her. And I did a meeting with her on the side, and I was like, I'm just not trying to be offensive, but were you sexually assaulted? And she's like, yes. I was like, you're holding on to that physical energy, and we need to get it out. My prescription for you is I want you to go get a bunch of plates from a dollar store, from wherever. I want you to write the emotions or their names on it. And I want you to go outside and you're going to fucking smash them. And you're going to release that as you do it. And then I want you to go do some jujitsu classes. And I want you to go kick some people's asses. Like, you need to physically release that energy from your body or you're not going to get better. And then the next time I talked to her, she was so much better. And the pain was going away. Wow. And doctors aren't addressing actual issues. Like, sometimes you have pain because it's a car accident, like me. But sometimes we have physical pain that's manifesting from something emotional, spiritual, whatever it might be.
1000%.
And we don't address it. So I'm not saying my course is all shishi foo-foo, but I give people the roadmap that they have enough in there to figure out what it actually is for themselves and actually address it. And I had some people like that were my one-on-one people. By the end of the first round, we were on like the last week or second last week, and I was like, wait a minute, what? This happened in your life? That's the thing that we're waiting for the whole time. Oh, you have 1,000 polyps in your stomach. You're not actually taking in any of the food, which is causing this. Oh, okay. And another woman was living in a really scary situation, which is causing you to physically be tense all the time, so she can't actually release and heal. And a lot of times it's fucking food.
Yeah.
This is why week 1 of my course, of the pain-free course, we dive into food. And it's not like healthy diet. It's like, no, there's specific foods you have to eat. Yeah. Sugar equals sore, period. Yep. Cut it out. And it doesn't have to be forever. Just start. Like, I know how to alkalize the body, whether people believe in that or not. And if you do just that part, you do week 1 with me, you're going to feel so good. You're just going to keep coming back. And I'll just keep feeding you what to do. And not even most, I'd say like 99.9% of the people felt ridiculously better going back to work after 15 years out of work. And I'm like, ha ha ha, told you, I got it.